Alrighty. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Sick. Let's absolutely just send it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Raider Sports Network. I'm Nick Sangalis, alongside Jeron Johnson. And Jeron, tonight we got a good one. Raider hockey takes on Mountain Vista. The Raider team has just been absolutely dominating these past couple of games. This season has really been their year.
Yes, it has, and look forward tonight. Mountain Vista just coming off a loss from Heritage, a very hard-fought game, which it was 4-3, and really looking out for vengeance tonight.
So after the national anthem, we are just about set to get ready to go here in this game. And going back to our little pregame, Raiders have just been absolutely obliterating teams on their way to a 9-0 record and skating their way into the number one spot in the Chassis rankings. You want to talk about a scoring defensive team all the way around, dominating the puck. 56 total goals in the year, only giving up 6 all year long. That's 9 games, 6 goals. Incredible.
Yes, and you got to give it up to these goalies here. Both of them have been playing quite a few games and both doing a great job of stopping the puck.
Max Harlan and Marco Sandoval for the Raiders. Max Harlan getting the starting nod most of the time. Marco Sandoval coming in relief often, but really carrying their weight as much as they can. And Raiders on the offensive end have just been absolutely dominant. Can't say dominant enough for this Raider team as we're underway here. Puck is stopped by Vista right coming down the left wing. Shot gloved easily by Marco Sandoval, starting off in net for the Raiders.
And Mountain Vista really needs to score early in this game, as Raiders are a good team, like you said, of putting the puck in the back of the net.
Face-off one, kept in by Vista. Would be a hand pass if Vista would have touched it. And they do. So face-off comes all the way down into the Golden Eagle end. And this Raider offense so potent. Paxton Erickson leading the way with 11 goals. Shane Ott leading in points with 14. Anders Erickson adding a little bit of prowess with 8 goals. Shot for the point, blocked. Corralled nicely in the corner. Cycled down low behind the net. Flipped up the boards. Kept in again by the Raiders. Glove down, poked into the Golden Eagle zone. Kept in still by the Raiders. Shot. Glove save.
Good save there by Ben Reynolds. He is a senior, and good glove save there as it was heading to the top right shelf.
Ben Reinholtz, 2 wins, 2 losses on the year. Senior, as you mentioned. This is Erickson trying to work his way free down low. Can't. Slap shot from the point. Patted away by Reinholtz. Flipped down in behind Marco Sandoval, where it can be gotten by Lico. Played with at the boards. Thwarted for a moment by Vista. And then now here come the Raiders. Kilkenny down the right wing. Working that offside. Gets tripped up and a penalty coming up on Mountain Vista. So the Raiders will start off this game with an early power play.
Raiders doing a good job capitalizing on the power play this season, as it has helped them beat Creek last game and maybe get an early start to this game.
Yeah. Odd man advantages have just been the Raiders' forte all year. 34% on the power play, which is some staggering numbers. Vista about 91% of the kill. Respectable. Raiders go D to D with it. Erickson trying to find a lane. Shoved aside by Reinholdt. Again, pass into the slot. Kilkenny can get it. Plays with it behind the net. Cycle down low. Erickson corrals. Kilkenny again. Back to him. Finds his way inside the dots. Dishes it back outside of the point. This is Lico. Lico the shot. Blocked. Fanned on it. Gets it right back again though. Elects not to shoot. Cross-eyed pass. Saved over by Ben Reinholdt.
Good awareness there so far for Reinholdt, as that's his second save on this power play. And it gives his defense a little break so they can continue to kill this power play off.
You can see why the Raiders are so dominant on this power play. Moving the puck so nicely. Lico keeps it in, poked away for a moment. Verity flips it behind him. Nice little pass there. Ott over to the point. Down in the slot, that's Verity. Has it shoved away. Raiders maintain control. Ott now. Verity missed a lot of the beginning of the year with a hip injury, but he's back now better than ever. Here he is in the slot shot. Saved by Reinholdt. Over to Ott. He shoots one. Deflected out in front. Raiders just dominating this power play. Hasn't been cleared down once by the Golden Eagles. Cross-ice pass attempt. No good. Eagles can't clear. Into the middle for Verity again. Backhand try. Rebound. Still alive. Ott tried to bury it. He doesn't. And finally Mountain Vista can clear.
Great job there, as the Raiders had a lot of attempts but could not capitalize on the...
Some power play draws to a close. Raiders a handful of chances. Couldn't capitalize. Strong hit there on the boards. Both teams change. Icing called on the Raiders. 13:25 left to go in this first period. About 4 minutes underway. Mountain Vista's going to have to lean on Jared Goodman and Smith Jake. Jake's got 4 goals and Goodman's got 6. Those are their leading scores. Lico brings it around the cage. Has it poked free. And fantastic D to regain possession right away. Now they're bringing it into the zone, down the right wing. Shoved away nicely by the Vista defense. Kept into the zone for the moment. Played with it on that left board. Now down low the pass, tried to shove it in, no good. Again, the Raiders get it back. Reinholdt pounces on that thing. And we have another stoppage play.
Mountain Vista relying on their defense early in this game. Doing a good job of stopping the play.
Face off won by Vista, but got nicely by Kilkenny. Lone trying to bring it out of the corner. Anders Eriksson tried to flip it in backhand. but the net was shoved off its moorings. Could have possibly been a penalty with Erickson having such a prime scoring opportunity.
Looks like his defense ran into him, which caused the net to go off unintentionally.
Unintentionally indeed. Shot from the point off. Flipped into the neutral zone for a moment. Looked like by Vista, but not. Kept in nicely by the Raiders. This one's poked out into center. Nice pass there. Good passing to bring it in through the neutral zone and dump it in. Kilkenny, a good forecheck. Kilkenny again, grinding in down low. Puck flies behind the net. And then over to the wing. Still not out. Kilkenny goes to get it. Cut out for a moment. Now here's Lone out in front. The shot was deflected. Now the Raiders working around, trying to get it inside. This is some good puck movement, saved by Ryan Holtz. Still alive. Vista with some sloppy passing, couldn't get it out. What a pass! Scores! Wyatt Verity wide open.
A little bit of miscommunication there by Mountain Vista's defense, but great opportunity for the Raiders to score.
Verity did a great job of sneaking his way into the slot undetected. The Raiders tack on one goal.
So far in this game, Mountain Vista has been doing a pretty good job on defense, but a few sloppy passes led to that goal.
Face-off won by Mountain Vista. They need something. Raiders have been dominating in the first 8 minutes of this game. And that puck is deflected into the penalty zone. Face-off coming up. Penalty box, excuse me. Mountain Vista wins the draw, pokes it free. Sandoval comes out to play, hits his skate, not his stick. But the Raider D was right there. And that pass out of the reach and in for an icing.
Scary moment there as almost a mistake led to a goal, but thankfully the puck bounced off the skate into the Raiders' possession.
It was almost like Sandoval put his skate there for protection in case he missed it. But I think it was probably more luck than anything. Raiders will take it either way. Breakout attempt, no good. Vista with an opportunity. Cleaned away by Paxton Erickson. Now the Raiders try to break it out. Pass up into the center. A shot for Vista. Blocked out in front, wheeled around, and finally covered by Marco Sandoval.
Great opportunity there for Vista, just unable to capitalize, and another scary moment for the Raiders.
Marco Sandoval comes into this game with 162 minutes played, 3-0 record. 1,000 save percentage. Hasn't let in a goal yet. Lico bringing it up the side. Chipped out the center nicely. Took a punishment to get that puck into the center, and he roofed it. What a shot.
It was a 2-on-1 opportunity, and he decided to take it himself and snuck it right in between. Right else.
Looked to be Nick Schultz from my view. Couldn't quite tell. But what a play by, it was Schultz that chipped it out of center. Took a brutal punishment for it and gets the assist. So a selfless act by him gives the Raiders a 2-0 lead. Great forecheck again by Regis. Pass into Schultz, couldn't corral. Solid defense by Vista to keep it out. Pass angles into the Vista zone. They play with it for a moment and then finally clear. Should be an icing on them, and it is. How about this Regis offensive attack here, Jen?
It's doing a very good job so far, finding different ways to score. But this game could easily have been 2-2 if Vista could have capitalized on those opportunities.
Vista's had a few opportunities, but they've been prime. But it's been a great job of coming back and recollecting on the defensive end for the Raiders. And here's a foot race. Kilkenny off his horse, takes a slap shot. Couldn't find the far side of the net. Almost poked out the center. Almost kept in, and then now Vista brings it in to the Raiders zone. The shot from the point. And now the Raiders bringing around their own cage. Erickson did a good job to get that puck out to center. Sandoval tries to corral. Can't, but no pressure. So now here comes Anders Eriksson down the left wing. Button hooks. What a pass to Kilkenny. He's got a breakaway. Good save by Reynolds. Essentially was a breakaway straight from the dot. No defenseman even near him. So great opportunity. Puck is wheeled around. Too quick for Sandoval to stop. Good play of the body down in the corner. Puck pokes free. Try to get it down low. Can't because of the poke check of Cale Lone. Here comes Lone down that left wing. Bounces the puck in through the Vista zone, and an icing coming up on the Raiders.
Cale Lone, a big name for this Raiders team. Offensively, he finds a way to put the ball or the puck in the net, but defensively, doing a good job there, poke checking it, and almost having possession.
Cale Lone's got 1 goal and 7 assists on the year, a total of 8 points. Very strong offensive showing by him on this season. Batted down. Here comes Ott. Tried to flip it over to Verity. Can't. His number 1 line for the Raiders have been so productive all year long. Here's 1/3 of it. Ott wheeling around. Spins away from trouble so neatly. Erickson now. Down low. Shoved away by Sandoval. Excuse me. By Reynolds. Now the Raiders come again. Fanned on the pass. Chipped out to center. Puck bounces somehow to Ott. On his stick, he comes through the center, cutting through, looking for options. Hit the defender straight in the shin with that one. Now the Raiders play with it a little more behind the net. Stuck in the net, but Ott gets it out of there quickly. Tried to cycle it to Erickson, but couldn't. Ott and Erickson are the Raiders trying to get the puck. Erickson shoved on his feet, or off his feet, that is, but Ott was there to collect the puck. Good defense by Mountain Vista, for the time being at least. Get the puck out to center. Haven't been able to do much besides that. And that shot hit the shoulder of Reynolds, chipped out to center. Sandoval fought for a moment. It would be on net, but instead it's an icing.
Raiders taking a little bit of a different offensive approach as they're shooting earlier and not setting up the play as much, but finding the open hole in the net.
7:06 left to go in the first period. That has been all Regis Jesuit. Living up to the domination that they've displayed so far into the season. Here comes the Golden Eagles, poked away so beautifully by Justin Lico. Disaster avoided. Here's Lico behind the net. Pass right into the center, but a huge save by Sandoval. Puck still loose. Glove down by a Golden Eagle defender. Puck batted to the sideboards. Chipped out the center, couldn't be gloved down there. So here comes Mountain Vista again. Chipped in right off the face mask of Justin Lico. Schultz couldn't collect. So it's nicely called on the Raiders. How about that play by Marco Sandoval to collect the mistake of Justin Lico?
Yeah, so thankfully he was there to save that puck from going in, and Mount Vista got a little second wind there. So they had a lot of opportunities to put the puck in the net.
And they need them. If you have any shot of beating this Raider team, it's by creating opportunities for yourself and capitalizing on as many as you can. You're not going to get a lot of them. Another icing call on the Raiders.
Game slowing down here a little bit, letting some of the players catch their breath as there's a few minutes of mayhem.
Puck couldn't be collected behind the cage by the Raiders. Poked free, Ott's there to collect. Chips it out to center, and there's an opportunity. Racing down that right wing, good button hook. Bricks put on immediately. Now the Raiders will set up the offense. Ott comes in casually, almost collects the puck. Is slashed at by Reynolds as he's behind the net. Couldn't bring it out to center. Vista toyed with it for a moment. Instead, the Raiders get it right back. Over to the point it goes. Kept in somehow. Slap shot off the chest of Reynolds. Flipped in by Ott. More opportunities. And out to center, finally. Somehow that puck didn't find its way into the net. Batted down beautifully to keep it into the zone. Now a battle on the sideboards. Good play to regain possession. Good defensive effort to go D to D behind the cage. And Kilkenny is hit down. Vista just dumps it deep again. Erickson tipped it in between his legs out to center, but stopped nicely. Back into the zone. Erickson couldn't get that one. Kilkenny racing for it, couldn't get it. Now the Raiders dump it in. Close to an icing. And they say it was.
Vista, a very aggressive team, but sometimes those extra seconds that they take to finish off the check leaves a hole in the offense or in the defense for the Raiders to take the puck into the Eagles' zone.
Face off to the right of Sandoval, poked free at the point. That was Kale Lone with a hit after the play. Shot there in the slot. Saved nicely by Sandoval. Regis trying to break out. Erickson almost had his man. But here comes Kale Lone. Down that left wing, trying to make a move on his man. Instead kept in. Reynolds was out of his net for a moment. Puck couldn't be batted out. So now the Raiders break it back in. Collision away from the puck. Unaffecting of the play, though. So now Vista chips out to center. Puck bounced over the stick of a Raider defender, now into the corner. Here comes Vista trying to break it through the neutral zone. Now they do. Centering pass. Almost had a man incidentally. Back door. And now here's a breakaway for Verity. If he can get to it, he can't. Shoved in the corner by Reynolds. Two players body for it. Here's Erickson getting roughed up. Putting in some work behind the net. Now here's Verity doing the same. Over to Erickson. Now back to Verity. Collected the loose puck. Now he wheels his way in. And Reinholtz came up with that save.
Good job there, offensively and defensively. Raiders having few opportunities, but Vista is there to stop them.
Raiders have been doing a good job of generating opportunities for themselves, as they've done so far this year. Erickson, good play. Get the puck free. Now Verity toys with it. Can't come up with it. Now Vista out to center. Shot blocked. Justin Lico with the defensive effort. Coughed up there behind the net. Banked over to Lico. Tries to find Verity, but it's cut off and wheeled back in. Paxton Erickson couldn't corral the bouncing puck. Hit a skate of a Golden Eagle as he was changing. Kick pass by Paxton Erickson. What a play. Schultz, glove save by Ben Reynolds. Absolutely stoned him after a beautiful pass by Erickson. Somehow came off his foot.
Using some soccer skills there.
Absolutely. Raiders break it back in so cleanly. Try to find a man back door, couldn't. And that puck is chipped out. Would have been delay a game in the NHL, but this is not the NHL.
Again, that would have been put on the highlight reel as he kicked the puck from behind. Schultz almost capitalized on that goal.
Shot. Hit the toe of Reynolds. Now it's played with out in center ice. Two Raidermen sandwiching the Vista player down below. And now they cycle it around, dumping it deep again. Puck bounced free at the dot. Now the Raiders go D-to-D with it off the bounce pass. Of sorts, off the wall. Now they're bringing up the sideboards. Nothing doing until they re-corral. Try again. And that pass skipped off the boards. Now here's a foot race poked away by Reynolds at the last moment. Great play there by Will Desmond. 10 seconds left to go in the period. Shoved back into the zone. Tried to be played with a glove. Couldn't. Now instead with the stick. Some great defense there to stymie the opportunity. And that'll do it for the first period of play here in the Family Sports Center. The home rink of the Raiders. Raiders lead it 2-0. Jeron, any last thoughts on that first period?
The first period was very clean, only having one penalty early. And I wouldn't be surprised if Raiders take a larger lead that Eagles might be making more penalties throughout this game.
So how can Mountain Vista creep their way back into this one?
They are given a lot of opportunities to put the puck in the net, but somehow the Raiders keep on finding ways to fix their mistakes. But the Eagles really need to find ways to go through those or use those mistakes to their advantage.
Absolutely. It's going to be about capitalizing on opportunities in this second period. We're going to take a quick break. No intermission report for us, but make sure to stay tuned. In the next 5 minutes or so, we'll be right back on the Raider Sports Network.
feel like we did more running at the beginning of last season. We got so late last season. And I think once we start the JV draft, it's going to be a lot.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Raiders Sports Network. I'm Nick Sangalis alongside Jeron Johnson. And we're all set to go here for the second period of play. Raiders come up with the possession first, then lose it, then get it right back. Here's Ott coming down that wing. Played off nicely. Puck sits in the corner. Now wheeled back into the slot area. Saved by Reinhold. Brought back up the wing by Vista. Bounce pass off the boards. Incomplete. So now the Raiders try to get out of the zone. Couldn't. Flipped out the center. Erickson tried to poke at it. Couldn't get there. Paxton Erickson now down the right wing. Still got the puck. Flips it over the shoulder of Reinholtz. And flipped out the center. Couldn't be gotten.
A little bit of
defense.
A little bit of miscommunication there, but thankfully Raiders still got the puck.
Almost danger. Almost an opportunity for Vista. Instead, the puck played out back behind the goal line. No icing. Battle for it in the corner. Raiders come out with it. Flipped out to center ice. Weaving his way through. That's Kilkenny. Trying to find some space. Flipped one out into the slot off the post. Kale Lone, the one-timer. What a tip. Not on net, though. Still played with. And then slapped back into the corner. This is Kraus flipping it back in. This is Anders Eriksson. Over to Connor Kilkenny. Justin Lico pinching in, helping out. Now here's Anders Eriksson back in the corner. Wheeled around. Now Lone. What a pass to the cutting Lico off the post again. Opportunity after opportunity finds its way onto iron. Now here comes Mountain Vista again. Slowed down. Pass to the slot. First save by Sandoval of the period. What a move. Breaking his way into center ice. Flipped away. Kraus comes back up with it and pokes it into the corner.
Good puck movement there and a good line for the Raiders. Starting off the second period very strongly.
Raiders take it out of their own zone. Long pass. Poked at by Will Desmond. No icing. Gets it over to Schultz. Schultz, his pass is cut off. Now a pass into the center. Connected, but then poked away immediately. Now here comes Vista the other way. Breaking it through into the Raiders zone. And the puck somehow finds its way into the net. Unlucky bounce there for the Raiders, and Mountain Vista gets on the board.
Yeah, and it looked like it was only Nolan Sargent back there on defense, trying to call for some help, but could not find any as Mountain Vista cuts the lead down to 1.
That puck was bouncing around into the slot area, and then just kind of shoved on net. Sandoval never saw it. And now we got a ball game. In a period that was dominated by the Raiders, they give up one opportunity in this second period, and Vista capitalizes. A big-time hit in the corner. Another one. Raiders having to be physical, as they do so well. Two men get tied up. As the puck gets brought into the corner. Now another battle along the boards. Taken down. Puck found its way into the glove of Ben Reinhold.
Like you said, we have a ball game here now. Raiders going to step it up a little bit to get more of a comfortable lead. As Mountain Vista finally capitalized on the mistake by the Raiders.
Face off to Reinhold's glove side. won by the Golden Eagles. Turn around to the hash marks. Flipped around again. Erickson trying to get it to Verity. He does. Verity weaving his way through traffic, trying to flip it down low to Ott. And now Erickson bodies his way into the corner. Ott comes to support. Too late. But he gets it now. After the good keep at the point. Tried to pass over to Erickson. Couldn't connect. The puck is flubbed out to center for an icing.
Another good line there by both teams, as it looks like this game is starting to even out and become more of a competition.
Number one line for the Raiders, Erickson, Ott, and Verity. Staying out there to take this face off. They've had such chemistry all year. And here's Verity coming from behind the net. Behind the back pass to Ott. Trying to pass over to Erickson, but off of a leg of a Vista defender and into the net.
I don't know who they're going to count that goal for, but good job there of looking for the pass, but unlucky for Mountain Vista as the puck just somehow bounced into the net.
Impeccable puck movement by the Raiders down low. Verity with a no-look behind the back pass to Ott, who tried to shove it across the mouth of the goal over to Erickson, but he was the last one to touch it, so the goal goes to him. In soccer, they would have called that an own goal, but in here, it's another goal added on to an impressive season so far for Ott. He's got 7 now on the season, 15 points in total.
That goal really hurts Vista, as a mistake caused them to slip away from the lead that the Raiders have taken.
Face off to Sandoval's right-hand side. Shot from the point by Vista. Hit a couple of sticks out in front. Now it finds its way to a waiting Verity, who's using his body nicely. 2 big hits and still grinding away. Number one line for the Raiders still staying out there. Ott shoved at it. Couldn't get it. Now he does. 2-on-1 with him and Erickson, but offsides. Erickson just got a little greedy. Paxton Erickson, of course, no relation to the other Erickson on this Raiders team, Anders Erickson.
Yes, and sometimes that is very confusing for those announcers who just see the last names.
At least 3 different sets of Ericksons in the senior class alone at Regis Jesuit. Apparently a common Raider last name. But presently a huge hit by Kale Lone. Sargent's able to get the puck back. Try to center it to Kilkenny. He bats its way behind Reinholtz and into the Vista zone. Now it's batted back and an icing coming up.
Raiders taking more of an aggressive approach in the second period, as they have landed a lot of big hits and trying to fight their way to get the puck into the possession.
Raiders not necessarily a tall team, but certainly one of the stronger ones we've seen. Really use their body nicely. They're not going to overwhelm you with hits like the Kyle Nelson days of lore. Presently tripped up was Jared Goodman, leading goal scorer for the Golden Eagles, and offsides coming up. Kale Lone that time couldn't time the approach nicely with the puck's movement.
Vista coach unhappy with the missed call. I think he's looking for a tripping, but ref did not see it.
Face-off won by Mountain Vista. Geometric pass shoved at by Kilkenny. Reinholtz floats it off the boards. Centering try. Incomplete. Sargent. Spun around by Erickson. Kilkenny now in the corner. Trying to get it out to the point, but couldn't. No icing. This came off of a Raider stick. And here's Sargent wheeling his way through the center. He's got that firm base as he skates. Strong man takes a shot. Fanned on it, so it's collected nicely by Reinholdt.
Sargent, being a defenseman, definitely has a lot of puck skills and fast feet, which helps him take the puck when needed into their neutral zone.
Raiders really have two really strong lines. I mean, really, they're strong across the board, but two powerhouse lines. Both taking a seat right now, giving way to this third line. Centering pass. Incomplete. Mac Padilla chasing after it. Gets it now. Floats it back in behind the net. Collected by Vista. Stopped at the point, though. Now it comes out to center. Over the stick was the bouncing puck. And now Padilla collects it nicely. One-timed that by Will Desmond. Would have been impressive if he could have scored from behind the blue line. Instead, puck floats behind the net. A lot of angry Mountain Vista fans right now. That's a battle for it along the boards. One man gets shoved down. That's Padilla. Thought he could have gotten a penalty. Instead, Vista brings it up the wing. Now coming in down this left side. Pinched off the puck for a moment. Gets right back on it, though. Centering try. Great strong defense to take away the stick. Now here come the Raiders again. Pass into the center for Desmond. He's got a wild shot. And by wild, I mean incredibly strong. And that one just slipped off his stick. Here he comes into the zone. Into the slot, I should say. But his pass collected by Reinholdt.
I feel like there's been a lot of missed penalties for both sides, but so far in this game there's only been one power play. And if the Raiders are called for some penalties, it can affect them in this game.
Absolutely. They are one of the strongest penalty-killing teams. 97% on the kill. We'll see if that number becomes more relevant. Here comes it. Otts, what a toe drag. Flipped it off the crossbar. Erickson a second try. Off the side of the cage. Still loose. Reinholdt covers. What a series of events.
Crazy play there. The puck was just floating there. The net was wide open, but Ott probably felt like a deer in headlights as he just saw the opening hole, but could not capitalize.
And what a toe drag it was by him. To carry that thing through the slot and then somehow flip one up. And it came right into Paxton Erickson's awaiting hand. But it's always a tough one to bat down and then get right to your stick. Lico chasing after it. Couldn't get there. Now Verity turns. Excuse me, not Verity. Paxton Erickson it was. Here he is in the corner again. Kick pass to himself. Cycles it for Ott. What a pass over to Verity. Not on his stick, though, on his skate. If he was right-handed, he would have scored. Ott wheels one in the corner. Erickson collects. Verity now behind the net. Cycles for Erickson. Collects with his foot so calmly. Brings it into the slide. What a pass over to Verity. Right into the glove of Ben Reinholdt. Good lateral movement by him to get there.
Vista doing a bad job of marking a defender or a man as they are defending this offense, as the Raiders are just sneaking behind them and getting a lot of opportunities to put a shot on goal.
The Raiders are quick. And they do a great job of sneaking loose. And that's how they created a lot of their goals so far this year. Shot from the point. That was Matthew Quishin. Gloved by Reinholdt. 7:14 left to go in the second period. 3-1 game. Quishin brings it back down into the corner. Desmond took an interesting approach. Instead, the puck comes up this right side. Cut off nicely by Quishin. Kept in the zone. Flipped it over by his backhand. And out to center. Sargent bats at it. Desmond fights for it. Quishan carries it in. Now into the corner. Schultz lays a hit on down there, and now he's free. Bats the puck down with his glove. What a pass into the center! Will Desmond, the shot.
Great pass there by Schultz. Finding the opening receiver as Desmond puts it in the back of the net.
What a find by Nicholas Schultz. He did a great job of sneaking free down low. And it all started with that beautiful forecheck he had. Putting a solid, clean hit on the defender as he's played it. And even though he didn't come up with the puck immediately, gave him an opportunity to squeak free as the puck floated right back to his glove.
Schultz not being the biggest player on the ice, but definitely shows his presence and finds ways to create plays on the ice.
You always got to respect when a man that hovers around 5'7" can become a prowess. We saw Marty St. Louis do that for the Tampa Bay Lightning in the NHL for forever. And I would say Schultz comparable at this level to Marty St. Louis. There he is, cutting in. Couldn't get it. Sargent went for the body instead of the puck. But it was batted away by Quishan. Matthew Quishan turning, flipping one up the boards. Quishan has to get it again. Bodied by a physical Goodman of Vista. Goodman turns one in. Sandoval fell down. No capitalization, for Vista. Goodman tried to sneak away from a hit. Puck still loose. Here's Goodman. Try to turn. And that puck is flipped all the way into the Vista zone. The Vista bench.
Good stick there by Sargent as he pokes it away and scoops it into the bench of Vista.
Kale Lone to take the face off for the Raiders. Anders Eriksson flips one in. And gets it back himself after a good forecheck by Connor Kilkenny. Raiders wheeling it around. They love to do this, getting into the cycle and find a man open. Here's Eriksson. Couldn't get that one after it bounced off his skate. And now the puck comes free to center. Dumps right back in, though the pressure remains on. Golden Eagles moving it. Raiders were delayed offside, and they didn't realize. Penalty coming up on Regis. It's going to be on Sergio Padilla, the young freshman, brother of Mac Padilla.
Only the second penalty in this game. First kill attempt for the Raiders.
Sergio Padilla has 2 assists on the year. And these are his first penalty minutes of the season. Puck wheeled into the corner. Vista tries to play with it for a moment. Shoved off the puck. Great job of kill there. And Shane Ott chases after it. Reinholtz played it behind his back. Off the side of the cage, almost ill-advised. Kind of forgot where he was. Worked out okay, though. Vista brings it up the center now. Have to flip one in after Ott had a good play to wheel him off the puck. And now the Raiders recollect and ice one down. Almost find a cutting man for a breakaway. And here's Anders Eriksson. What a move. Kind of broke Bennett Reinholtz's ankles. Had an opening, but good recovery by Mountain Vista. Eriksson and Eriksson and Ott putting on the forecheck. Almost have had more time of possession on this power play, on the penalty kill, than Mountain Vista's. That one is gloved down by Marco Sandoval.
Looks like the Raiders are playing at even full strength during this power plays. They're doing a great job of keeping the puck away from their side.
Got to respect that they're still aggressive even on the penalty kill, putting 2 men down low to go after the puck. And really killing some time off that way. Kilkenny ices that one down. Stopped by the backhand of Reinholtz. Now Vista brings it out of their own end. A little bit of slopping passing initially. And wheeled in. Almost a nice move there, but the puck flies right to the stick of a Vista player. They tried to toy with it for a moment. And now here comes Kale Lone, the shot. Blockered away by Reinholtz. Kept in, though, right at the blue line. And that pass just kind of shoved at. The Raiders will gladly take that one and recollect. Kale Lone dumps it in. Penalty kill over. Raiders 97% kill on the year, and they add to it there. Thing is kind of at a standstill behind Reinholtz until Mountain Vista brings it out. Poked at by Verity. Good play by him. Puck still bouncing around. Pinball machine action until it's shoved into the zone of the Raiders. Moment of opportunity for Vista. Now it comes back to center. Goodman playing with it. Verity has a shot, but blocked away off the skate of a Golden Eagle. And now they come up the left side. Ott did a good job of moving the puck free by pinching him off the puck. Sargent playing with it behind his own net. Penalty coming up on Mountain Vista. Sandoval should go to the bench if he can. And he does. Here comes Shane Ott. Down the left wing, the shot. Saved by Reinholtz, still loose. And a huge hit after the fact. Reinholtz's max come off. Referees have to settle things down.
Towards the end of the second period, I'm not surprised that the game's starting to get a little chippy, and Mountain Vista a little upset that their goalie was hit after the whistle was already blown.
Penalty coming up on the Raiders now. This is a strange sight. Not a single Mountain Vista player going to the box. And door is open, but penalty was initially on Mountain Vista. And now Paxton Harrison finds his way in the sin bin. And there, Golden Eagle player comes in. Should be 4-on-4 play coming up. Both captains, both number 15s on these two squads. Shane Ott and David O'Connell, that is.
Probably a roughing call on the ice for Vista, and I think they're gonna keep the Raiders out of the box and just put him in since he retaliated a little bit.
Yeah, the Mountain Vista penalty happened well before the ensuing mayhem on the other side of the ice. Happened when Sargent had the puck behind the net. So, looks like it's going to be a Regis Jesuit power play right now. Correction. Didn't wait for the fifth man of Vista to come out. A little bit of confusion on that bench. See how the head coach for the Golden Eagles put his hands immediately straight up. And now we got things settled down. 5-on-5 play. Resumes. Offsetting penalties are the call. Wheeled back in by Desmond. Shoved around by Reinholtz. Collected at the point by the Raiders. And put right back in. Pass across the center. Didn't hit anybody. No icing called. Sandoval. Almost a fake pass as he whiffed on it. And slap it around. Collected by Schultz. Shoved along. Here come the Raiders. 2-on-1. Shot. Off the pad of Reinholtz and into the corner. And then now, here comes the opportunity. Sargent's shot well wide. Quishin try to keep it in at the point. Can't, so we'll give it back right back to Sargent. .50 seconds left to go in the period. as icing is the call.
Again, Sargent had an opportunity in the bottom left corner of the net, but unable to capitalize. And good job by Vista's defense as they took control of this Raiders offense for a little bit.
Kale Lone wins the draw for the Raiders. Krause now corrals. Erickson had an opportunity almost. Right in front of the net. Kilkenny with some big body plays. A little bit of chippiness down low.
A punch in the back of the head, and he's going straight to the pit of misery for that one.
Dilly dilly. Jesse Kate is the man guilty for the Golden Eagles. Kilkenny finds his way into the box as well. .38 left to go in the second period.
The emotions running a little high as Raiders really don't need to be retaliating against this Vista team, but still finding their way to get these mistaken.
They lead at 4-1. Kilkenny was getting very aggressive down low. Initially was clean, but I think the retaliation by Kate made him more guilty. So they just took them both. Poked away nicely by Goodman. He's got some speed down the left side, and Sargent shuts that down immediately. Ott now working his way up the boards. Poked away. Now Krause has to recollect. Off the boards to Lone. Now over to Sargent. It's Justin Lico. And a penalty coming up on Regis again. So what you talked about is a clean first period. Certainly has not been the case here at the tail end of the second.
Yes, and Raiders don't have to do any of this as they have a 3-goal lead. They just need to start walking away from the opportunities to be put into the penalty box.
And called hitting of the head on that one. 3 men in the box sit for the Raiders. Power play coming up from Mountain Vista. And I believe Paxton Erickson should be coming out of the box to start the third period. I could be mistaken there, though. 10 seconds left in this period. Ticks down to 5 as Kale Lone brings it down the right side. Into the pads of Reinholtz. And that's going to do it for the second period of play. Raiders tack onto their lead, but Vista responds, get themselves on the board, and a 4-1 advantage going into the third for the Raiders. Jeron, any thoughts?
Raiders really need to clean it up. They do not have to have any of these penalties, which could help or could hurt them at the start of the third period. But Mount Vista would not be surprised if they get a little chippy throughout this third period due to them losing and their emotions running high.
And Mountain Vista's first priority has got to be capitalizing on these Raider mistakes. That's the only way they're going to get back into this. The Raider defense is just so stout. There's no way they're going to be able to create opportunities themselves, it seems. Sandoval standing on his head so far as well. So that'll take us into the second intermission. Stick with us, and in 5 minutes we'll be right back with the third period of action here on the Raider Sports Network. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Raiders Sports Network. I'm Nick Sangalis alongside Jeron Johnson. Now, Jeron, we had an exciting couple of first two periods there. Certainly wasn't even through the first. But Vista crept back, regained some momentum, and looks like might have a game here. A little chippiness to be carrying over as well. 6 penalties total at the tail end of that second period. Vista playing with it now, bringing it inside the zone of the Raiders. Cleared away by Regis as they killed this penalty. Minute 20 left to go there on the penalty. Vista came into this game converting on just about 20% of their power play opportunities. Not great, not terrible. But here's Shane Ott putting the pressure on. Raiders love putting intense pressure on the penalty kill, and that's why they're 97% perfect. Here's Goodman, wheeling his way in between two defenders. Couldn't get enough space for a shot, though, and the Raiders clear. 40 seconds to take away on the PK. Tried to dump it deep. Quishan cut it off. And then he tried to fire it away. Fell down as he did it. A couple opportunities here. And now Matthew Quishan sends it back down to that stick of Ben Reinholdt. Stolen almost for a moment. Good aggressive forecheck there. And that'll do it for the penalty kill. Kraus comes out of the box. And we're at even strength. Still 2 men in either box for these two teams. That puck seemed to hit the bench, but it did not. Now the Raiders can bring it through the neutral zone. Flung on net by Will Desmond. Quishan shot from the point. Off the blocker of Reinholdt. Now toe drag by Desmond. Incomplete. The Raiders have to regroup. Backhand pass as they go D to D. Will Desmond got close enough for it to be non-icing. Kept in for the moment. Poked at by the Golden Eagles. And now the Raiders can bring it back into the zone. What a move! Bringing his way in. Tried to go top right corner, but couldn't.
The back of the play there. Starting to see the chippiness carry over as two players started getting at it, but thankfully a ref was right there.
It looked like he had a third guy high. Or rather, a second guy to support him. Like to take the shot. Reinholdt. A little bit of danger there. But he shoved it into the corner where now there's a battle. Raiders come out of it with it for the moment. And then it's taken away again by Mountain Vista. Good move here by the defender. Wheeled around. Cox had it for a moment for Vista. Now it's batted out to center. Raiders still putting some pressure on. They do such a good job of that. Even when you think they're about to give up a rush, they bring some pressure, just like right there. Almost had a breakaway, and now a pass into Nick Schultz. Couldn't get it. Slap shot from the point. Still loose. It's buried into the gut of Ben Reinholdt.
Great job there for the Raiders as poked that puck away, giving them almost a one-on-one opportunity. But Mount Vista's defense quickly comes back to stop the approach.
13-12 left to go in the third period. Shot by Sargent. Patted away by Reinholdt. Vista breaks it out to center. Now they flop one in. Goes behind Marco Sandoval. And kept in Good play to keep it in by the Golden Eagles. Sargent sticking with it. Huge hit there. Pressure still. Dissipating a little bit as the Raiders fight for it and then poke it out to center. 12:35 left to go in the third quarter. Third period, that is. Kilkenny took a slap at the awaiting puck. And it was just wide. Here comes the cutting. Anders Eriksson. Good fake shot. Backhand pass to Cale Lone. Blocked out in front. Now it's still loose. Sitting right there in the crease. Goal scored by Regis Jesuit.
Good job there by the Raiders as they did not let the first shot stop them from trying to get another goal. They kept with the puck and finally capitalized.
Puck was just sitting right there. Reynolds took a swing at it. Didn't get all of it. Couldn't quite see who was able to tuck that thing home.
Regis continuing the great puck movement though into the third period.
5-1 is the score. Sandoval stopped it. They lost it out in front. Sandoval had to make a pad save. And that pass just out of the reach of Wyatt Verity. And it trickles for an icing call.
Feels like the speed of the game slowed down a little bit. These middle parts of the third period.
Face off to the right of Sandoval. One into the corner by Ott. Played at on his belly by a Golden Eagle. Flipped up, glove down. And now it's cleared out to center. Looked like it might have hit the stick of Cale Lone on its way. But instead, icing is the call.
Definitely feels like the atmosphere cooled down a little bit. And refs took a little bit more control of this game.
Here comes Eriksson wheeling his way. Kraus brings it back into the zone. Back and forth passing behind the cage. Tried to find a cutting man. Couldn't be completed, excuse me. And now Mountain Vista trying to create something. Really have not had too many opportunities to start this period. Really have not had any time of possession inside of the Raider defensive zone. And here comes Ott on the baseline. Pass over to Verity. Third guy high. Incomplete though, didn't work. Paxton Eriksson with a great takeaway, and then he lost it after trying to make a move. Good kick pass to himself by Goodman, and the shot, he scores.
Did that all by himself on that goal and just caught the goalie off guard as he put it in the top right shelf.
Goodman showing why he's the number one goal scorer on this Mountain Vista team. That's his 7th on the year, 10th point. And he's having a good game so far. Really has generated the majority of Mountain Vista's opportunities all by himself. Sandoval shoves that one away nicely. Quishan flubs at it. Schultz collects. And now Will Desmond on the foot race. Beats his man, but good defensive effort to pinch him off the puck and tipped by Will Desmond as he cuts in. Shot was from Nick Schultz. Will Desmond, a tall player, uses that frame nicely. Tied up at the draw. Pass by Desmond. Great play by him. With opportunity squandered. Good bodying by Vista to shove them off the puck and then clear for an icing. Saw a little bit of extracurricularness out of Will Desmond, and as well as Ryan Schmidt of Mountain Vista. A couple of screams coming from the Mountain Vista fans.
Yes, they were not happy that there was a no call, but I personally thought it was a good call to just let the players find out on them by themselves and cool themselves down as they were separated.
Croatian shot tipped up into the netting. 2 pucks came down. And now a new puck finds its way into the hands of the referee, and a face-off coming up outside the zone. Puck exchanges hands. Big physical play there. Pass over to Pikes and Erickson. Cut off, and then another opportunity. Shoved aside. Paxton Erickson couldn't come up with it in the corner. And they're wheeled right back in by the Raiders. Pressure amassing. And now a scrum forward along the boards. Raiders bring it into the slot area. Shot off the blocker of Reinholz. 9 minutes left to go in the game. Another battle for it in the corner. Paxton Erickson physically gets it out of there. And now Sargent fakes the dump in and now brings it in himself. But he took it behind the blue line and brought Paxton Erickson offsides.
Defensively, the Eagles are showing a little bit of improvement, as we saw earlier. The defenseman laid out for that puck, able to poke it away.
And good defense on the 2-1. Puck batted at twice by the Raiders as they cycle it back in down low. Reinholz swings it around. Lifted up the center. And Anders Eriksson going D to D. Good puck movement as Kale Lone brings it back into the zone. Slips underway from one hit. Now brings it back down low for Anders Eriksson. Eriksson up to the point. Shot off the pad of Reinholz. Wheeled back in by Kilkenny. And Reinholz stopped that one too. Puck over the stick of Eriksson. Kilkenny gets it. Cycles it down low again. A lot of physical play along these boards as the cycling game continues. Shane Gouch shoves it back in the zone. Big tussle for it behind the net. And a little bit of extra shoving. Penalty should be coming up, at least on Mountain Vista. We'll see if they take both.
If they're not, I'll be surprised if they don't put both of these players, as Raiders were, can't see who that was, but he was just sitting there and taking blows to the head. Is that Connor Kilkenny?
Kilkenny indeed.
He's just taking blows to the head, keeping his hands up, but somehow he gets put into the box.
And no penalty on Mountain Vista. I thought for sure they were blowing the whistle initially on him. 2 players got tied up. Looked like the Vista player dragged down Kilkenny with him. But that's not how the refs saw it. And now a power play opportunity, much needed for this Mountain Vista squad, as that shot smothered by Marco Sandoval. What does Mountain Vista need to do to capitalize here on this power play?
Definitely need to score early and find the holes in the Raiders' defense.
Sargent slaps at it, kept in. And now floats out. Good pass by Ott. Was tipped away by defender. Now Ott comes. Defender slips up. Ott's right there now. He's got the puck in the danger zone behind the net. Off the cage. Puck bouncing around. Wyatt Verdi doing a great job of intercepting a ton of passes.
Vista cannot let this happen if they want to score on this power play. Raiders, again, showing their aggressive play as they keep the puck into the Eagle zone.
Good passing by the Raiders. Reinholz second-guessed himself, trying to cover it, but couldn't. Now here comes Verdi. The wrist shot, glove down by Reinholz.
6 minutes and 57 seconds left in the third period. game slipping away from Mountain Vista and starting to slow down the play, and Raiders kind of pulling back on their offensively and just trying to run this clock down.
Face-off won by the Raiders. Hit the sideboard awkwardly and then wheeled around by Mountain Vista. Raiders bring it back to their defense. Gouch brings it back in down low. Pass tipped away. Would have been a high stick if a Raider would have touched it next. But instead, here comes Vista. Great defensive back check there by the Raiders. That was Drew Renner on the effort. And Gouch with some speed, evading defenders. And if you would have showed me this series of events blindly, I would have said the Raiders were on the power play. Vista not doing a good job of setting it up down low, and Gouch makes things worse for him. That should have just about do it for the penalty. Two players ran into each other from Mountain Vista, and now the Raiders have an opportunity. Kale Lone cuts himself in. Erickson takes it from him there, and Ryan Holtz shuts things down.
Like you said, Raiders did a very good job on that penalty kill. Almost feeling like they're at full strength and having the possession for the majority of that power play.
(5-2) is the score with 5:46 left to go. Quishan dumps that one back in. Kilkenny gets there, keeps wheeling his way through. Now Vista brings it back out to center. Sargent kicks it back up the boards. Kale Lone comes up with it. Squeezing his way through one hit. Now cutting his way in. The shot! He scores! He picked the upper.
Great job there as he squeezed by the defender on the boards and puts that shot behind Ryan Air.
Reinholtz stood no chance on that shot from Kale Lone. That's his second goal in the year, his 9th point.
There's a game misconduct on Tyler Wiley talking after the play.
Interesting. We predicted that chippiness would ensue in this period. And frustration starting to build for the Golden Eagles. 6-2 is the score. Sargent, what a tip pass. Here comes Kilkenny down the wing. Shoots, he scores!
Taking the 5-hole route. Increasing this lead.
Connor Kilkenny. How about that tip pass in the neutral zone? Setting that play up, giving Kilkenny opportunity of a lifetime. And he capitalizes for his 4th goal of the year.
Great puck movement by the Raiders. It's there, starting to chip away at this clock, but most importantly, increasing their lead.
Goaltender change here for Mountain Vista, as the Raiders have put up 7 on Reinholtz. In comes Colin LeBear. That was Erickson on the assist. So beautiful to find Kilkenny cutting. Such a clean, crisp pass. Now LeBear cycles that thing around. Poked at until it's gotten by Sargent. Man fell down, so now he's got some open ice. Sargent all by himself. Shot. LeBear gloved it down. Nice play by Colin Walsh. Gets it to himself behind the net for the Raiders. And a big hit.
Looks like he played the player there, not the puck, but ref did not call interference.
And I guess he thought the puck was close enough. Matthew Quishan on the shot. LeBear on the save. So face-off comes to the left of LeBear. 4:15 left to go. 5-goal advantage for the Raiders. Gouch shoved at it. Couldn't get there. Goodman tried to put a move on. but it was stopped nicely. And that puck flies up into the upper deck. You don't see that too often. Souvenir.
Just toss back onto the ice, so sadly, no one gets to keep that one.
Reminiscent of the Chicago Cubs tradition. Tossing the home runs back on the ice, or onto the field, rather. Here it's back onto the ice. Here comes Schultz with some wheels. Now working his way through the corner. Back to the point. Point's wide open for the Raiders this game. Madron him down low so expertly. Now Schultz having to play a little defense to cover. Does a good job of wheeling it up. Raiders have to re-corral. Fighting his way through a check there was Quishin. And now here comes Mountain Vista. 2-on-1 opportunity, but what a back check by Nick Schultz. Shutting that thing down immediately. 3:26 left to go in the game. And that pass right into the stick of a Vista player. Bounced around for a little bit until it found its way to behind Marco Sandoval. Centering try. No good. And Verity. Precision pass over to Will Desmond. Here comes Desmond. Streaking his way into the lane. Found nothing. Pass cut off nicely by Shane Ott. His centering try, no good. Penalty coming up here on Mountain Vista. Looked like the Vista player tipped it, but no whistle yet. Here comes Justin Lico. He cycles it down, and that'll do it for the delayed penalty. Now another penalty coming up on Vista to make matters worse for them.
Called high sticking on Vista, and
it's Ryan Schmidt picking up the penalty. He's the one that got into a quarrel with Connor Kilkenny a few minutes ago. So now Mountain Vista takes a costly penalty. They'll end this game on the penalty kill. Excuse me, they won't. There'll be 44 seconds left when this penalty's over. Hope starting to dwindle for this Golden Eagle team.
Raiders continuing to do a good job this season and putting up a lot of points in the majority of their games.
Yeah, we talked about their goal scoring coming into this one. 56 goals. And they'll leave this building with 63 on the year. Give up 2 more, though. So now that's 8 on their total season. As another one tacked on. Nick Schultz cleaning things up.
And what a game he has had tonight, using his small frame sometimes to his advantage and doing a great job passing the puck, and there finding another goal.
That's his 6th goal of the year. 10th point. '64th goal in the year for the Raiders. Good defensive play to keep Vista out of the zone. 1:46 left to go. And the rest of it's just a formality. Raiders walk out of here with their 10th win, reaffirming why they're in the number 1 spot in the Chassa rankings. And here comes another rush. Pass was fanned on and then tipped away into the corner. Now they break it down the sideboards. Opportunity again. And they just keep putting the pressure on. Why not? Puck wheeled around. Foot race. See if they can deny the icing, and they can't. Running clock now with a 6-goal lead. Looks like it might work its way to a few more series of events. 37 seconds left to go in the game. Raiders break it out. Try to tack on a few more. Verity's pass cut off. Ott almost got there, but Erickson does the rest for him until he's shoved off the puck. Kicked at by Ott. Brought back in. Quishin chasing after the puck here. And Paxton Erickson so subtle. Stands his ground as well at the end there.
No, another great win for the Raiders.
Yes, that'll do it for this game. 8-2 final score. Regis Jesuit asserting their dominance in this one. What are your closing thoughts here, Jen?
Just another great game by the Raiders as they continue to do what they do best, which is scoring, and really shows as Mount Vista could not get their defense going and really will help the Raiders throughout the rest of the season.
So the Raiders move to 10-0. Vista moves to 3-6. And that's going to do it for our coverage here. For the rest of the Raider Sports Network crew and for Jeron Johnson, I'm Nick Sangalis saying so long. Have a good night.